but organizational movement refers to moving to other parts of the organization when you can't get someone to answer your call. Well, actually, it's not rocket science, but that is something that I think people don't think about. It's like they keep calling the same person over and over, they don't answer their phone, and then they move on to another account. But the reality is that there's other people in that organization that you can talk to. So move, and there's different ways that you can move. And so we have what I refer to as vertical movement. So vertical movement is moving up and down in the department or organization you're calling into. So if you're calling into the VP of IT, for example, and they're not answering your call, we can go above them. So let's try to call the CIO. Not an easy task, but it is an additional person to reach or try to go. We could go below them, call the director of IT. Typically, the lower in the organization you go, the easier it is going to be to get people on the phone. So going above doesn't necessarily make it all that easier to connect, but what it does is it gets you calling different people in the organization. That's vertical movement. And we also can do horizontal movement, which is, well, if we're trying to call IT, sure, IT is probably our ultimate buyer, right? But let's say we're trying to sell some software. We can also call operations. Operations is not the person who might sign the contract, but they're impacted tremendously if our IT software or whatever gets implemented. So when we try to call the IT director, or when we can't get into anybody in IT, then we can call into operations, and so that's moving left and right horizontally in the org chart. And what this looks like is it looks like this. Our key person we're trying to reach is the VP of IT, but look at all these other people that we can call when we can't get a hold of the VP of IT. So organizational movement